talk about the Ravens versus the Chiefs. We're going to talk about the Eagles versus the Green Bay Packers. We're also going to talk about our upcoming game on Sunday, tomorrow, the BUCS versus Commanders. We're also going to talk about the Washington Wizards. We're going to break down their schedule. We're going to talk about the Washington Capitals and break their schedule down and see what wins and losses are coming about. We're also going to discuss the Baltimore Orioles, and they taking on the Tampa Bay Rays and have dominance over them. We're going to talk about the Yankees and how they're going to try to move up on one against the Baltimore Orioles. We have a great sports piled up of Derby, and we just can't wait for the demolition to come. So sit back, relax, and kick off your shoes. We got something that's better than sports news. We got you guys to break down everything, and going forward, we have a panel you wouldn't believe. Yes, I'm late. I'm sorry about that. We have little technical difficulties, but you know what? I got it managed. I got it moving forward, and we're about to start the show like this. So we got Alex, we got Eric. We're missing the coach, but we got.
Don't forget me, all right?
No, we can figure. No. We already forgot about her because she hasn't been here. So anyway, we got Big Steve. Last but not least, so let's go ahead and start the show. So we saw what the Eagles can do. We saw what the Packers can do. We're gonna break down their stats, and there's so much to unpack in both stats of the Ravens and Chiefs, and the Eagles and Packers, because as I stated before in the preseason, the stats matter. And as I stated before, I was completely right in the preseason. It carries over into the regular season. And what I saw in the Eagles and Packers game really foretells exactly what I said. The Eagles are completely dominant on offense with the additions they got. On defense, they gave up 414 yards. 414 yards worth of total offense against the Packers, which means the Packers can actually throw as well as the Eagles. Now, what happened was, by shore of luck, the Eagles stopped the Packers, or the Packers stopped themselves. Vice versa, the Ravens stopped themselves for winning the game, and the Chiefs were just hoping. They were just hoping that Lamar just somehow miraculously, dropped the dime. And sure enough, he did. He had two chances in the end zone, folks. He threw. There was a wide up wide receiver in the middle of the end zone. Overthrew him. Why? The second attempt, he caught the ball. I don't care what those refs says. That is a touchdown. There was a force out. You can't push the receiver out. Even though his toe is on the line, it was a force out. In the rule, in the summer league, they said there's no way you could push the wide receiver out. The quarterback pushed that wide receiver out, making him unable to stand, get that second toe to drag. That is a touchdown. I talked with a lot of Raven fans. They said that was the touchdown. I talked with a lot of Chiefs fans. They said the refs blown that. Sure enough, that's what happened. So
Ravens lost.
Yeah.
They took the big out.
Okay. All right. I know. So here's what I'm going to say.
That's interesting, though.
Here's what I'm going to say.
I had considered the push out, scenario and everything. I hadn't seen it, and nobody else talked about it. I'm not saying it's not real, but I hadn't really looked at it that close.
Okay.
I was just so disappointed with the Ravens defense at that point. I pretty much tuned out by about the middle of the third quarter.
Well, now you bring another can of worms I was going to bring up after that. So if you look at what the Ravens did, they gave up 27 points or 20 points right off the bat. right? Which means that their philosophy of, stacking the box, right? Making sure that Mahomes can't, scurry around. Remember that the Chiefs are not a running team. They're a passing team. So when you spread the defense out, you get running lanes. So that's where the mindset is. That's the West Coast offense. You do a bubble screen hoping that they could open the lane. The Ravens didn't, the Chiefs did not do that because they didn't have to. They were 2-man over, which means they had the safety down and they had the free safety up, which was the gap between the linebacker and the free safety where they could sit right in that zone and throw it all day long, and that's how they won. But the mistakes of the defense, that is the problem with Mahomes. You can either run or throw it. He decided to throw it, and he punished the Ravens. But the Ravens have a 2-man star power. They got Derrick Henry. They should have ran the ball to the edge of the sidelines to get it in field goal range. That way they can still be 20-20. Here's the thing. Harbaugh did not even realize that he had Derrick Henry on the bench. The man can overpower anybody. That's how big Derrick Henry is. So that's another problem. Oh man, let me get to the panel right now because I'm going deep in it and I'm almost like 9 minutes late. We got Coach here. Coach popped up. What's up, Coach? How you doing?
Well, anybody been around gotten stings lately? These stings?
Well,
I've been through that, man.
I'm in Brazil.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, now over here in Mount Vernon's trying to do the next right thing. Not working too much, but I'm trying.
I hear you.
But I would quickly counteract. I would agree with you. Like, if you have a prized possession, right? It's like you got a new Lamborghini.
Mm-hmm.
Buy the damn car.
Right.
I would be force feeding Derrick Henry almost 30 touches.
Right.
That is where the Chiefs are vulnerable. You don't want to get into a shootout. You don't want to get into a shootout with Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
So,
Ground control, time control, clock control.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be sexy or attractive, but grind the clock out. And if you're trying to shoot out, I'm sorry, Lamar, you're not Patrick.
Right. And then after I say this, I'm going to get to the panel. This is why I said in the preseason, it really does matter because the tendencies of you exposing your playbook in the preseason, you're giving your opponent, your enemy, a look into what system you're going to run fully. Now, even though you give him just a smackerel of X's and O's, you can determine what the process is going to be in certain 3rd and 4 situations, 3rd and 10 situations, 1 and 10, 1 and 15. You could tell what they're going to run. Okay, I'm gonna shorten this because I'd like to get into the legality of NFL, But if you look at what the Ravens and Chiefs did in the 3rd and 4th quarter, it's the same exact playbook they ran last year, and the playoffs, and Lamar lost it. But the good thing about it is he didn't run 15 yards. He threw 20 to 25 and still managed to win the game in the 4th, but still overthrew. That's what happened in the end zone when he threw it to his wide receiver in the NFL. We got the lineup we wouldn't believe. We got Coach, we got Eric, we got Alex, we got Big Steve. I need this question asked for me, folks. Based on the 2 games that were played at home, and we got, and hold up, we just got the co-host of the Enhanced Sports Show, Louis Tenor here, who can also help us as well. So we got Louis Tenor here. I need this question asked, folks, because, Luke just came in right on down when the question is being asked. Based on the 2 teams that just played home games, folks, is this the new trend? Home games win on the big time. On the big time show.
I can give a quick 30 seconds. you nailed it, brother. You absolutely nailed it. Like, you have to know, like, who your best players are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Ravens, through the years, I don't care if it's 1998 or Ray Lewis or Terrell Suggs, that's a defensive, blue-collar, tough team. They got away from what made them a great team, called the Ravens. If you're trying to throw the ball against Mahomes, he's going to throw it better. Look at the coaches. I'm sorry. I love the guy, Andy Reid.
Mahomes he's talented.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Reid, do the math. Like, I'm a huge Eagles fan. I love Reid. And I'm just watching that. Like, you have to just slow the ball down, slow the tempo down, and just run. You have Derrick Henry. He's maybe the best running back in the past 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's there. He's the man. That's all I was going to say.
No, good point.
Be who you are. You got to be who you are. I agree.
All right, let's do this. Let's go with Big Steve and with Lou. Big Steve, what you got for me?
Okay, I'm gonna use Coach as my valet, like in wrestling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm like at what Alice just said. Okay, you supposed to use your title with the small Henry as the main key. Without your title, you ain't nothing. You don't have the Cadillac, you don't have the money, the women, the champagne, the fancy cars, you got nothing.
All right, wait, hold up, Steve. Let's take it down a decimal. I hear you loud and clear. You're hurting my soul, bro. Go ahead.
Why get them in Henry? Why get them if you're not gonna use them?
Use the damn Cadillac. You got a Lamborghini. Get him out the garage and run him till the wheels fall off. I'm dropping the Lamborghini. You get the best player in the game.
Look. The best running back in the NFL, and what you do, you run them maybe 20 times. That's all you did. Guess what? Hey, but you got to also say the referees was cheating because they called number 79 the left offensive tackle 3 times for lining up.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
You had
Speak.
number 76 for the Chiefs lined back about 4 yards.
4 yards.
They don't call nothing on him.
Not a single flag.
On NFL Network, they told him in the backfield a whole bunch of times. They didn't call nothing. So the Chiefs got not only home field advantage, they got refs in the pocket. That's all I'm going to say.
Perfect.
They always get the call.
Think Chris got paid, Steve?
You could tell.
They got envelopes before the game.
You could tell Steve been holding this in since last Sunday night.
They always get the call.
But let's go ahead to Eric. Eric, go ahead, man, and then we will go with Coach, and then we will go with Lou.
Yeah, I didn't actually watch the game last night, so I'll let y'all inform me on that. But I'm the same mind as everybody else as far as the Ravens Chiefs. I mean, there was no way the Chiefs were not going to win this game. The league was going to make sure. I mean, with Traylor and Mahomes, it's just too much marketing, too much. I mean, they were the home team, the whole glamour and stuff. But I was very impressed for about 20 minutes with the game plan for the Ravens. I was like, yeah, that's it, Play keep away, ball control, do it. You know what I'm saying? But then they got away. They would refuse to run Derrick Henry. I'm like, just like somebody else said, why the hell did you get him?
Right.
Jackson can't do this all year. Bless his darling heart. I get it. He's a leader. He wants to win, et cetera, et cetera. But if they're depending on him, like, to one man show this for like 19, 17 games, that's crazy. They brought it back at the end, which was cute and good. But, on to the Commanders. We got a similar situation in that we're playing a home team. They're having their home opener. I hear a lot of positivity, a lot of hope, and I like to share it too, but I just can't call the final score. Todd Bowles ain't no slouch. He's been around the league a long time. He was very good when he played for us. He played for a Super Bowl team. He's been coaching for a long time. It's his home opener. common sense says that the Commanders come back with the L, but shoot, it's the first game of the season. I'm allowed. I'm a fan. I'm thinking positive.
That's right.
Daniels ain't nobody said nothing bad about Daniels.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? At all, anywhere, at any time, which is kind of scary, but it's like, the internet has matured. Usually we would hear something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens Sunday. I just hate the fact that they're wearing them damn black uniforms. It would be nice to open up his career, open up this season with some damn burgundy and gold.
Well, let's keep the predictions. That's
the rookie of the year for me. As an Eagles fan, I love Jade Daniels, and I show respect. You guys got a lot of potential. I mean, it's going to come down to the defense. Look at the Eagles last night; they got roasted on their secondary.
Let's
come down. You got to stop the dam.
Let's hold off on that. Let's hold off on that because we got Coach and Lou, and then I'm gonna get my take, and then I'll let everybody have their comments in because I'm pretty sure there's a lot to say on what happened last night. But let's get to Coach. Coach, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I watched the Chiefs, and I was like, and the Ravens. I thought it was a good game. I was like, it was, they were trying to get. Ravens were trying to get in control. But, like I've always said, the Chiefs, they're smart. With Andy Reid and Mahomes, yeah, they're going to do it. They're going to pull it off. And I'm like, but that one dude with the Ravens, that was on purpose, the way he went after Mahomes when he was out of bounds already.
Yeah, exactly.
There was no sense in that. Got to be a good sport. I don't care. That is no sense.
Yeah.
All right, Lou, bring it home.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was a good game, except for that one little mishap that they had there, because that shouldn't have been done. But, just when you thought that the Raiders are going to go for the kill, you made the mistake by towing the line and it cost you the game. It's kind of like what happened, to give an example, with the U.S. versus France in the women's gold medal game in the Olympics, because her foot was on the line and it cost them a chance to at least tie the game.
Yeah.
Good call.
Is the difference between winning and losing. Even though you didn't do it intentionally, of course, but you really got to be, got to be careful where you put your foot on the line. But overall, the game, I really thought the Ravens were going to have a chance. I figured, okay, the Chiefs are all revved up, the crowd behind them. But I figured, the Ravens, I think it's something to prove, from in last year's AFC Championship game. I was thinking, revenge. And they almost got away with it.
Well, let me also say this. Everybody, I agree with everybody who said. I 100% agree with you on what the Ravens should have done. They didn't do. Derrick Henry would have been a tough commodity to stop when he's at his momentum. The one thing I would also say is you're in the red zone. You had a whole bit of green grass on the left side that, he could have rolled out and ran for a touchdown. He could have extended the ball over the pylon. The pylon extends all the way for infinity. He could have reached the ball out, touchdown.
Yeah.
You didn't have to throw.
You also have, to build on your point, you also have Mark Andrews, maybe a Hall of Fame tight end, and you have Isaiah Likely, another great. You have two tight ends that they are built for the red zone.
Yes,
that is called a tight. I didn't know much growing up, but I played high school ball. Tight end dump.
Right.
Easiest way to score 6. Utilize your tight end. Utilize Henry. Do not get into a shootout with Patrick Mahomes.
Here's the funny thing about what you said, Alex. What did the Eagles do? What did the Eagles do in last night's game? They went for that little bunch move at the goal line, right? Why couldn't the Ravens go into what is called the Joker's Wild, right? A Joker package, and have their character run. So my thing is, it's a coaching problem, yet it's a OC playbook problem, right? They screwed up in having them to stretch out the field so they can have. Well, the Eagles got what they wanted the first time, right? The second time, the Chiefs knew what that was going to happen. So what happened? They called the ball and he was forced out. That's what his toe was on the out of bounds. Now I can understand if it was a whole foot, then yeah, the game's over. But a toe?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. I'm like, that's just a toe.
Come on.
And for the record, Rizzo, I wasn't impressed with the Eagles. I'm not going to talk about them at all. They escaped Brazil with a W.
Well, look, I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that.
They won.
Yo, you know what? Let's get to it right now. All right. Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions. 3. But the Packers were up 19-14, right? During halftime, they came back and they scored a touchdown. The Eagles kept, moving the ball along. Here's where I saw this during preseason in the Eagles game, right? And this is what I kept telling everybody, that preseason does matter. Those who say it does not, I understand why you say it does not, because it's not the actual game, and you don't want to, put claim on something that it's not real season. I get that, but when you're looking at the stats, statistically, analytically, it does matter. And what did not show up in the preseason game showed up in the regular game. Here's what I'm talking about. In the preseason game, the defense really didn't matter. But if you look in the real game, the Eagles defense gave up 414 total yards compared to the Green Bay Packers giving up 400 and some odd yards, right? So what does this actually mean? It means that we had a slugfest in Brazil. And it was beautiful to see how these teams went back and forth. Now, what I looked at the Eagles game, Saquon went off 134 yards rushing. This man did not lose 1 ounce of yardage when he was with the Giants. What does this mean for the NFC East? We're in trouble, folks. Because if Saquon is going up,
Yes.
if he's going up,
I'll walk you up the ledge.
What?
You're not in trouble because you can score 40 points, 50 points on that defense.
Well, here's
I'm not going to bet tonight. Loving the Eagles defense.
Well, I'm not saying the Eagles. I'm not saying the Eagles defense were, golden brick champions on defense. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is offensively, you can be sure they have weapons to throw around. Now, yes, Jalen Hurts is going to throw INTs. That's given. But he could also use his legs. He could also bolt leg out. He could also do the comeback route, throw it back and give it to the wide receiver. He could also run it for a first down when there's a coverage breakdown. He could also roll out and throw it out of bounds when he's being pressured. This is what I'm saying about us. We do not know what we're capable of doing until we play against the BUCS. Now, I would take Daniels over Jalen Hurts. I love Jake Daniels. I think you guys got a good thing cooking. Okay, I like Jalen Daniels too. Don't get me wrong.
He's cool.
He's good. What I'm saying is that we don't know how Jalen reacts to being pressured, because he gets the ball out of his hand like 4 seconds, which he should. My thing is, when he starts to know he can't throw it 4 seconds like he normally can, he has to hold the ball. When does he react now? What is his reaction now? Is it time to run? Is it time to throw it away? Is it time to live for another fighting day?
He's smart enough to know.
I'm not saying he's not. My point is, the man is now.
He's going to react. He is.
Well. My thing is that we're going against Tampa 2. We're not going against 3-4-4-3. Tampa 2.
Let's do it.
Remember, we beat Tampa Bay a couple years ago and we had a mediocre quarterback. Yes, quarterback is 3 times as better
Okay.
than the quarterback we had.
We had.
And our defense is better. We got 4
Here's.
better linebackers than we did
Okay,
a couple years ago.
I'm glad that you brought the defense up because that's where I was heading for. The last time we played against Tampa, we had Monte Sweat and we had Chase Young. We had Deron Payne. We had Jonathan Allen. We crushed them with our defense, and we got them back. My thing is, Montez, Chase Young are now gone. We don't have a pass rush on the edge. We got Jamin Davis, who is hurt. And newsflash, everybody, I didn't know this, but I know it now. Mariota is on IR. He is not going to play tomorrow. Yeah. So that means he's going to be on the IR for the last 5 to 6 games moving into the regular season, which means that we're going to deal with Hartman and Driscoll and Jane Daniels on the roster. Now, here's another fun fact, folks. We got I'm going to start doing what Big Steve do to me every single time when I mention about defense. We got Brian Robinson Jr. We got Eckler's running back, the best tandem in the NFL, right? Yeah. Now, the thing about these two, they're night and day. You don't know what you're getting out of these two, but you're going to get the home run hitter out of Eckler. You're going to get the Punisher in Robinson. Now we got. I love how we got these players. My thing is, I'm not worried about the offense. I'm not, because we're settled on offense. I'm worried about the edge rushers, and I'm worried about the secondary. We have to play. When I look at.
No. We got the guy from San Francisco. We got the guy from Dallas. We got that Dallas Cowboy linebacker that we put on the taxi squad last year. That's really good.
Okay.
We got the Pittsburgh linebacker. We got the guy from Lulu from the Carolina Panthers, which is a
Frankie Louvu. Yeah.
Don't forget the Seattle linebacker. You know who he is. And don't forget, we got.
I think his name is Wilson.
Michigan safety. That was the captain of the Michigan team that fell in the 3rd round with people with shocked that he had, and we're not going to start our rookie first round pick because remember he got toasted a lot. So now we're going to move over. So now we got a better team there. So I think we're going to shock the world Sunday. We'll see.
So here's what I'm going to say. I like all the players you mentioned. That's perfect. What I'm talking about is not towards the players. It's towards the coaching. What I saw in the preseason are inconsistencies that I saw when we took on the Jets and Dolphins. Now, the great thing about the Dolphins game, we held them to 13 points. We only managed 6. But that's because we didn't play Daniels the whole entire game. I get that. I know we don't use the whole playbook in preseason, and I know we don't use our full playbook in preseason.
Never shows too much.
Exactly. But my point is, I see tendencies where it carries over into the game, like the time, and I hate to bring up those type of times, but it makes my point out. When Jay Gruden preseason, we were doing well. We went 3-0 for the very first time.
Jay Gruden.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my God.
Let me make my point. Jay Gruden was the first. I think he was the first. I'm not sure if he was the first or second, but the first coach to have a 3-0 or 4-0 preseason. I think that was the same year that we won 2015, the NFC East champion with Kirk Cousins. I'm not sure. I will look into that, but. I think that was the year. So we managed to have that type of season because of that. But now uncertainty comes in here because of the lack of position and what was not transpired of who, what, when, and where. Yes, we have a ton of players. Yes, we have a ton of players that played different positions for other teams. But you have to understand, why were these players let go? Most of these players never achieved greatness, but they've been consistent. Consistent players means great team mates. But consistent players does not mean winning streak. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand the body fits the position. Does the body fit the tradition? That is where I'm at right now, because right now, Dan Quinn said it again in his presser. The last game, this is not a rebuilding season. So when you say that loud and echoes in the ears of the halls of FedEx Field or whatever field it is now, you have, I forgot what they call the field. Now you have to tell the fans, hey, listen, this is not a rebuilding year. We're going to win now. So
my biggest question is right now is the secondary and the passers, like you said, Razul. I mean, if you lose Josh Sweat, you lost Chase Young. He's never panned out to do anything. I could care less about that guy. But Sweat, I mean, you got to hit in the future. You got to get to the quarterback if you're going to win games.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's
this is most definitely a rebuilding. I mean, in terms of strict definitions, they have rebuilt this team. Now, in terms of like results rebuilding, no. Of course they're going to try to win. But the fact is, yes, they rebuilt this team. There ain't hardly nobody here. I got fans, real close to me complaining they don't know who's on the team anymore. There's only like about 17, I think I saw it somewhere.
Right.
That stuck around from like a year or two ago.
Right.
But you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm sitting here ready. I'm sitting here, charged up. It's like all positivity. Let's go. I think I'm not all positive. I'm keeping it. I guess realistic because I can going to their house.
Yes, and let me say this.
Like, damn, I like the way the franchise quarterback. I like the way the team looks. I like the coach. I like what the coach is saying, even though he's come from Dallas. But I like the way they're building this thing, and I think we're going to be satisfied at the end of the year with the progress.
So let me say this.
I think you have a great quarterback. What the coach is all you need is hope. It's brand new debt.
I believe.
And if they protect our quarterback, they better do it. Also the defense, get that ball back, man. You gotta have an offense. You gotta have that defense to get that offense.
So what I have always said, and my point and my statement stays true because everybody said it. We are stacked on offense like we should. This is the most talent we had since Ron Rivera brought in Heineke. We have talent. There's no question about it. It's right there oozing out of everybody. I don't know why we got rid of Jahan. That's another discussion. But
nobody knows.
We actually feel good. I just don't trust Dami, but that's another discussion too. Yeah, I know. But I spoke to Frank Louvu, I think it was yesterday, and he said, you're a true fan. I'm glad that I'm here as a commander. I'm glad you said that, Frankie. And then you have Wilson. Is it Greg Wilson from Seattle? I keep forgetting his name because we're not used to hearing his name here all the time. But we know who he is, and we're happy to have him. If he comes, okay, so I already know what's going to happen tomorrow. They're going to.
You're going to tell a future?
Yeah, I'm good at this.
Whoa.
I'm good at this. So what we're going to do is. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's happening in the first quarter.
I'm going to play the bet. I'm
Commanders tomorrow. All right. This is what's going to happen. We're going to play defense first. They're going to have first option at being offense. I believe we're going to stop them 3 and out. That's good. They're going to learn of what we're going to do, and we're going to get the ball back, and it's going to be a test to see if this offense really does what the Eagles do, because the Eagles generated 34 points in their first game, right? It is our duty to score at least 30 to combat with the Eagles 34. Now, if we're scoring below 30 points, as we always do in game 1, 17-20, we're not going to be as dominant as we should be. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, because everybody remembers when North Turner had Brad Johnson, Hurst, the guy from 49ers, running back, when we had that, and we had Steven Davis, and we actually scored 50 points on the Giants that day, that beautiful day. We need to get back to that, folks. That's where my mindset is, because right now, Dallas is taking on the Browns in Cleveland.
Yep.
So if they win, Dallas, and they got Zeke in the backfield, this is by far the most craziest thing I ever seen, because they're not supposed to win with Zeke in the backfield.
Right.
So go ahead.
As the first thing I would quickly say, never compare yourself to anyone, right? They
Right.
have to go down and do business tomorrow and get a win.
That's what I'm hoping. I want this team.
Who cares about the Eagles?
And the
Go
coaching
in,
staff
win again. Win again.
Well, I see. This is why we're here, hoping they do that. We're worrying about this for them. They have to win against the BUCS. They have to think about Baker Mayfield. They have to think about Mike Evans. They have to think about the running situation. We have to worry about stats, overpowering, 2 running back system, Scary Terry going over 200 yards receiving and 10 touchdowns. Third wide receiver, Luke McCaffrey has a breakout game. That is what we want as fans. But whatever happens on that fans what's happening on the field, we have to overpower that team who's good at the 2. What is that called? Tampa 2. I really hate the Tampa 2, because do everybody remember Sean King? Sean King was that quarterback that could actually throw it. Everybody remembers Mike Allstott, right? Mike Allstott. I wore that 40 number in college. I worship Allstott. That's what I'm saying.
Straight beast. You could not stop him.
That is why. This is why.
Russell, I would say real quick, dude, 23-16, right?
Yes.
Run Robinson until the brakes fall off the car.
And that's
dude, let him run. And then Eckler.
That's what I'm saying.
The ball.
That is what I'm saying.
Throw a touchdown to Scary Terry. Throw a touchdown to him. And the less your defense on the field, the better.
That is what I'm saying, Alex. Preach it again, man.
That's what Bull going to the dead did the other night with Henry, but they were stupid.
Well, see, that's my point today.
That's just it.
That's my point today. If we're going to win tomorrow's game, you run Brian Robinson Jr. and Eckler until they can't breathe no more. That is Joe Gibbs' philosophy.
I don't know. I think we got the weapons on offense. That's the thing between our offense and our defense. Offense, to me, at least to me anyway, in my opinion, is we got proven talent. On defense, we got some pieces. We hope they're good, but they're not. We're just not as confident, and they haven't. Not the same.
We're not confident because we haven't won in a long time.
The defense is not as defense doesn't have the same resume as the offense has.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't mind at all getting in a shootout, between Daniels and Baker Mayfield.
Well, let's not go over 400 yards total yards. That's not sustainable in the NFC East, because guess what's happening? That's the bend and no break defense.
I'll worry about NFC East next week. I
Minnesota because they can play Sam the Ghost, Donald. We don't know whether he's going to have a fantastic game or he's going to have one of the sorriest games ever. You don't know when he's going to night or day. So
replay. Exactly.
Well,
the Commanders are much better shape than the Giants. Right now, we can all agree, right?
That's true.
I think
they're better shape than the Giants.
I agree.
Get the win. I'm not saying don't play scared, but
we gotta
go in.
We gotta get the ball.
I would be 1-1 after the Giants, so I would be 1-1. So but we got the talent to be 2-0.
Of course, no, I agree with you.
Everybody come on, we scared of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay scared of us. Then they forgot we tuned up our linebackers. We can have linebackers this year. We can have linebackers this year.
Heineke. We surprised.
We beat them with Heineke. We beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Heineke.
Yes, we did.
They had Tom Brady at the time.
I think we can do it again.
They had Tom Brady at the time.
Exactly. They had Tom Brady. So guess what? They don't have Tom Brady. And like I said, Baker Mayfield don't scare us. Like I said, we scared them. We got two linebackers that got 4-5 speed. So guess what? People scared of us. Don't let people fool you. People scared of us.
Well, okay.
It's a new team. It's a new situation.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We got 10 minutes.
Somebody's gonna make a mistake. You know what? You let that go and you keep going.
We got 10
going and you win.
We got 10 minutes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna speed rush through this because this conversation is getting really good. And I was trying to keep due to the nature of what happened, we wasn't gonna get to the other topics, but we're gonna speed rush through this and see if we can come back at the last minutes to finish this out. So we're gonna go to the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards just released their schedule. It's too early to say what they're going to do because it's a new season, great play, great addition to the team. We start against the champions, the Boston Celtics at 7 on Thursday, October 24th, which is going to be a phenomenal thing, and it's going to be, I believe, it's going to be here, not on the road. It's going to be home. That's absolutely right. Let's go ahead and go to the Baltimore Orioles. And the Baltimore Orioles, they won yesterday 2-0, and they're still one game above the Yankees. Now, the Yankees beat the Cubs in Chicago, and I know me and Lou, we actually like what's happening. Right now, top of the 8th, the Rays are beating the Orioles 5-1, so I hope the Yankees lose today so that way we can still have that one game above 500. Moving on to right now we're tied. Moving on to Maryland Terrapins. Now the Maryland Terrapins are now playing against Michigan State, and that game is actually on right now. Last time I saw it was 17-17. Let's see what they're all right now. Hopefully we're actually right now it's 24-24 with 2 minutes to go. Michigan State has the ball. 2nd and 10 on the Michigan State 16, which means they have to travel at least 74 yards down the field to get into field goal range, which is going to be nearly impossible. So you're looking at overtime, folks. You're looking at overtime here.
That's a program that's coming out of the depths of darkness, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a big emotional win, potentially.
We're hoping that the Maryland Terrapins win. So Arizona's taking on Buffalo tomorrow, and New England's taking on Cincinnati in Cincinnati. You've got the Giants at home versus Minnesota. You got the Chicago Bears at home against Tennessee, and you have the Saints home against Carolina Panthers. You also have this whole amount of fan base that are happy about home games because right now, This is by far the most amazing thing that you have. All the home games, folks, that you see. Somebody got to lose, and I hope it's one of the home games. Moving on to the last and final, we got Washington Capitals They just released their schedule, and they taking on the Flyers in the preseason. They're taking on the Bruins, Devils, Capitals, Blue Jackets, and the Bruins again. So folks, we're back at it once more, and tomorrow is a big day. It's a big day for a lot of Commander fans right now. A lot of Commander fans all over the world are going to watch this game and see that Dan Quinn and John Witt's strategy and how they topple the East, the South, the North, and the West to see what we can do in this new season of winning.
Notre Dame got upset by Northern Illinois.
I am shocked just hearing that. That's crazy.
Man.
But you know what?
I mean, we've all seen that story though, right? I mean, they are not
in Notre Dame.
Steve, they're not the Notre Dame. They've had trouble recruiting. They're a vulnerable person. They get hit hard.
Lou Holtz right now is probably turning in his grave after hearing that.
Come on. It's Notre Dame. I can't wear my Notre Dame shoes tomorrow. Overrated.
The memes are going to be crazy now. You're going to have those crazy memes about Notre Dame now.
16-14.
All right, so 6 minutes to go, folks. Time for predictions. I know y'all been waiting for this for very, very, the week and a half just to come on the show and give your predictions. So tomorrow, BUCS Commanders. Who you got? And score. 7-3 ratio. 7 being confident, 3 being less confident. We're going to start with Lou and with Big Steve. What you got for me, Lou?
Well, I'm not Big Steve, but I don't see very confident in the Commanders. I think they will lose.
What's the score?
I'm going to say 17-13.
13-17. Okay. All right, Coach, what you say?
Commanders,
Score.
27-20.
Okay. Eric, what you think?
Man, I don't even know.
I love Eric.
I love the Commanders on offense. I love my team. I bleed burgundy. I just go.
That's what we don't want to air. We don't want to say that on air.
It's a stupid black. So I'm gonna call it a tie, just because it's Washington. It would just be the most Washington thing ever. End up in a 24-24 tie.
Oh man! So you go to the most chicken and out thing I ever seen in my life. We're just gonna tie it.
Why? Thank you.
We're going to interrupt your TV session, Eric.
All right, Alex, what you got, man?
Hey, I watched Sky Bowles play. He was one of my favorite players. I can't wait till they win and make me look like an idiot. Let's put it that way.
Well, that's all of us. That's me included. All right, Alex, what you got?
Yeah, bro. Love you. Love the show, by the way.
No doubt.
I'm grateful to be here. I'm gonna go Commanders. Like I said before, ground and pound, run Robinson till the wheels fall off. Robinson, Eckler. Yep. I see McLaurin maybe scoring TD. 23-14.
Whoa, that's big right there. Okay. All right, we got the last but not least, Big Steve. Oh man, take it home.
It ain't my fault.
Okay. Shut down defense. Commanders gonna run. They're gonna pass. You're gonna see air raid. You're gonna see 31-20 Commanders.
Okay. All right, and my prediction is we're going to have a explosion from the running back Eckler. I think Eckler runs it for 2 touchdowns and run over 100 yards rushing, and it's going to be close. I'm going to go with 14-7 Commanders.
You know, one thing I just thought about is like, you know, we got a brand new shiny Heisman quarterback and stuff like that. The league might give us a hand. You know, they love to sell the league, and it's like, you know, brand new talent. They might go ahead and give us a flag or two and give Washington a win. You never know.
You know what? That could be a possibility. I'm going to give you that too. Well, that being said, we got 2 minutes to go. I want to thank Lou, Coach, Eric, Alex, and Big Steve. I want to thank everybody, and the camel suit lady. Can't forget about her. She'll have my hide. Can't. Hey, without y'all won't. I mean, it wouldn't be a DMV Sports Show without you guys being here analyzing along with me. Tomorrow is game day. Everybody rest up your voice. It's gonna be game day heaven. So everybody go Commanders. Have a great weekend. Have a little bit of drinky drink. Don't get too tipsy. You know what I mean? So everybody have a great day. All right.
I'm fine there.
All right. You're human first, everything second. And you're conquerors by definition, so you go conquer your dreams. All right. Have a great weekend. God bless.
God bless.
God bless you, Coach.
God bless you, Steve.
All right.
All right. Go watch.
Thanks for you coming in and entertaining us and make sure you come back in and talk more football from Washington to baseball to football to hockey, all the sports that you want to hear on your weekend. And come in and sit down because you're not alone. There's a lot of sports to be talked about. So have a great weekend. Game day is tomorrow. So root for Commanders. Peace. I'm out.